It's a Brent Woofy radio show.
Hey kids, it's time for the Brent and Woofy radio show. Radio for kids and family. So gather up the family, crank up the volume, get ready to have some fun, to laugh along, to sing along, and to use your imagination along with Brent and Woofy. Let's see what we discover today on the Brent and Woofy radio show. Now, here's your hosts, Brent and Woofy.
Hi, Brent and Woofy.
Hi, everybody. I'm Brent. This is the Brent and Woofy radio show. It's radio for kids and families. And here is introducing my little puppet canine buddy pal, Woofy the dog. Say hi, Woofy. Hi, Woofy. How you doing? I'm doing really good today, Woofy. How are you doing? Oh, I'm doing good, and I'm happy to be on the radio show. That's great, Woofy. And guess what I did? What did you do? I went and saw Norman Foote in concert at the Port Theatre in Nanaimo. Oh, what was that? That was very cool. It was a wonderful, wonderful show. And he had 80 kids on the stage in a choir singing with him. Oh, that must have been fun. That was very, very cool. And before the show, I got to sit down with Norman Foote and we conducted an interview. Bill, are you going to play that interview? You bet I am, Woofy. It's very cool. We're going to talk about his new CD that won the 2010 Juno Award. Oh, that's very cool. It's called Love My New Shirt. Did he do that song at the concert? Well, he certainly did, Woofy, along with lots of other songs and a lot of comedy, and it was just so much fun. Let's do it. Let's talk to Norman Foote. That's right, but first, before we do, we'll start off with a song from Norman off of his new CD, Love My New Shirt, and it's called Love My New Shirt. Little interview with Norman Foote. That's right here, today, on the Brent and Woofy radio show. I like Norman Foote. He's really cool.
Wow, that's quite a shirt you got on. Yeah, it's different. I love my new shirt, love my new shirt, love my new shirt. I love my new shirt, love my new shirt, love my new shirt. It's white and brown and green. It's the best shirt I've ever seen. It's turquoise and gray. I might keep it on all day. It's orange with a bit of red. I might wear the shirt to bed. Whoa, 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 love my new shirt. I love my new shirt, love my new shirt, love my new shirt.
He really loves it.
I love my new shirt, love my new shirt, love my new shirt.
He got a new shirt.
It's got a button-up collar. I think it makes me look taller. It's got some stripes and polka dots. I think this shirt is really hot, and I love its nice design. What I love most, that it's mine. Whoa, 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 love my new shirt.
Got a new shirt, got a new shirt. Got a new shirt, got a new shirt.
Love my new shirt, love my new shirt, love my new shirt. Yeah. Do you love my new shirt, love my new shirt, love my new shirt?
We love your new shirt.
It's my favorite shade of blue. You think it was brand new, but oh no, it's not. I got it at the consignment shop. Can't believe my luck. The price tag was just $1. The clerk, she said to me, you can have this one for free. Whoa, 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 love my new shirt. I love my new shirt, love my new shirt, love my new shirt. Have I told you about my new shoes? Later.
All right, so I'm sitting backstage at the Port Theatre with Norman Foote. Hi, Norman.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. I'm glad to be in Nanaimo.
All right, you're putting on a big show tonight, right?
Absolutely. Big is the big word in that sentence.
All right, okay. So I'm holding in my hand here Norman's latest CD, Love My New Shirt, and this is the 2010 Juno Award, correct?
Absolutely, and I was so thrilled. And by the way, it also won the Western Canadian Music Award, which was a great award, and so I was so happy that it received those two great awards from Canada.
Yes, and is this the one you recorded in my backyard at Jerry's place?
Yes, I recorded at Jerry Piquette's studio, Rainco's studio, and wonderful, wonderful man to work with, Jerry Piquette. I don't know if anybody knew him, but anybody who had known him was a very lovely man. And but it's produced and a lot of musicianship by John Forrest, who's a Nanaimo artist, producer, musician extraordinaire.
Right on, right on. So you're keeping pretty busy these days, right?
I'm lucky, yeah. I'm lucky. I keep very busy.
Yeah, that's good.
That's wood. There's no wood in here. Is this wood? That looks like wood.
Knock it on the top of my head. That'll work.
Yeah, there you go. I went down to my local shop. I bought a bird feeder with a little red top. Filled it up with a bag of bird seed. I took it home, put it up on a tree. Bird feeder in a tree, out swaying in the breeze. One day we all will see how many birds that feeder can feed. I saw 3 little yellow birds all in a row, a couple of pigeons and a big black crow. I think I saw a blue jay flying out the back. Here comes a robin in a Cadillac, a chickadee, a mama magpie. It's like a drive-through up in the sky. Bird feeder in a tree, out swaying in the breeze. One day we all will see how many birds that feeder can feed. A starling and a stella were having a ball. A hummingbird didn't get much at all. A funny little budgie kept coming around. All he ever got is what fell on the ground. Here comes the sparrows, 5 at a time. Old Mr. Finch says the feeder is mine. Then one day the feeder went dry, and all the birds were wondering why. They looked at me and said, now what can I do? They said, my friend, we're counting on you. So I went down to the corner store. The birds are back 'cause I bought them some more. Bird feeder in a tree, out swaying in the breeze. One day we all will see how many birds that feeder can. Bird feeder in a tree, out swaying in the breeze. One day we all will see how many birds, how many birds, how many birds that feeder can feed.
You are listening to the Brent and Woofy Radio Show.
We're back here on the Brent and Woofy Radio Show. There's more interview with Norman Foote coming up, and I just want to let you know that we just listened to Bird Feeder. So here is some more of the interview with Norman Foote. Yeah, so you're going to do a show tonight featuring the songs off of your new CD, Love My Shirt. What song are you going to start the show with?
Well, I tell you, Love My New Shirt is extremely catchy, and the kids and everyone gravitates towards that one. So very good chances I will. Another song we're going to do is Bird Feeder, which was a song that John Forrest wrote, and then I snuck myself in there and wrote a bunch of lyrics for it and added what he had, so I kind of snuck into a concept. of his. Bird Feeder's a great song. Zachary Zach is a classic, and that's a very good one. We're also going to do Bear in the Mountain, which is more of a ballad, but really beautiful choir spot. And then, of course, Grandfather Clock is a standard one, which is also a Foote Forest composition.
Excellent. Well, we'll have a listen to all those songs on the Brent Woofy radio show. But as I came in the backstage, I noticed that you have a choir set up there. What's going on with the choir and the kids tonight?
I have enlisted some amazing performers that will grace the stage and help me with my songs. And what they don't know, there are surprises that they have not rehearsed, which becomes a very funny part of the show. So it would be my great attempt to organize and to program and to basically make them a good part of my show, not a distraction.
All right, so what percentage of shows do you do with kids' choirs?
It's something that I was taught by school teachers. Many years ago, someone asked me if I would work with choirs and showed me how to do upper body actions and to actually act the song out and give it some interesting organized movement to part of it. And it's amazing how it empowers children to be part of my choir.
Yeah.
And because it's not your ordinary choir, I call it my animated wall of sound.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So
you do lots of shows with kids' choirs?
Well, I do a fair amount. I mean, I do a lot of different stuff, right? But the choir thing is one of my really fun projects, and it's thankful to people like, for instance, in this town, Doug Rosman and Leslie Krogan, two very dedicated music teachers and who have learnt my material, and now I've rehearsed with them, and then we have the show tonight.
That sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun. And you brought all your puppets with you too?
I have brought all of them, not all of them, but a lot. And I'm just deciding on what I'm going to do tonight because I don't like to repeat myself that way. And so I think that maybe some of the kids might have seen one of my other props, but I'm not going to give it away.
No.
I'm not going to give it away, but anyway, no, I am going to do some of my props with an attitude. They're not really puppets anymore. I mean, they're props with an attitude.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're very visual. They're my own little claim to fame.
Right. The reason I call a puppet, I think, is because I saw you work with a big stand-up guy with a mouth that opened back in the Malaspina College Theatre. I'm talking 15 years ago, maybe.
Well, that's a variation upon a theme, because I've got 3 characters like that.
Okay.
Where the person I pick from the audience puts that on their head.
That's the one.
But I operate the mouth.
That's the one,
And so I stand close by with a long cable with a mechanism that opens the mouth. And it's actually something I perfected by accident many years ago. And it's something that is very funny. I've got a punk rocker. I've got a Mexican lady named Rosalita.
Oh.
And I also have a bulldog.
Cool.
But tonight, Rosalita's coming out.
Right on.
And Rosalita, she's Mexican. She talks like this. She doesn't stand for anything. Don't mess with me.
Zachary Zach was always in the back. To him it's the worst it could be. He liked to be first, but with his name is cursed. Zachary Zach with a Z. He's last in the phone book, last in the yearbook. Waiting for the school nurse, he stood there and shook. Last on the roll call, last for volleyball. Last for milk when they lined up in the hall. He could have been a brubaker, maybe a shoemaker. A name like that, he'd be sooner than later. How about an alouette? How could he forget? Zachary Zach was last in the alphabet. Zachary Zach was always in the back. To him it's the worst it could be. He liked to be first, but with his name he's cursed. Zachary Zach with a Z. How about in the middle like his friend Kevin Little? Oh no, Zach played 26 fiddle. No one's to blame, but it's such a shame. Zachary was planning on changing his name. Call it a Z, call it a Z. A name like Zach, it seems hard to get ahead. Ba-doodle-boop boop, ba-doodle-boop boop, ba-doodle-boop boop, ba-doodle-boop boop.
stuck at the end. He moved next door, Zach's last no more. His pal's name's Orbazudor.
Wow!
Zachary Zach was always in the back. That's the worst it could be. He liked to be first, but with his name is cursed. Zachary Zach with a Z. Zachary Zach was always in the back. Him it's the worst it could be. He liked to be first, but with his name is cursed. Zachary Zach with a Z. Ba-doodle boop boop, ba-doodle boop boop, ba-doodle boop boop.
You're listening to the Brent and Woofy Radio Bow.
Yes, you are listening to the Brent and Woofy radio show. And today we are listening to an interview that we did with Norman Foote at his show at the Port Theatre in Nanaimo. And what a show, Woofy. You had a lot of fun, didn't you? Yeah, and one of my favorite parts is when Norman got a couple of parents on the stage and dressed them up as flowers. The flowers? Yeah, he had a dancing daisy and another flower, and it was so much fun. And you know what, Woofy? We got to talk to the dancing daisy and his kids after the show. Have a listen to this. These guys just came out of the Norman Foote concert. How did you like the show?
It was awesome.
What's your name?
Ava.
And what's your name?
Sam.
And how did you like the show?
Good.
Yeah, what was your funny part?
Probably my dad going on stage being a daisy.
Oh, was that your dad being the daisy?
Yeah.
Did you laugh at that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah? Did you think that was funny?
Yep.
All right, thanks very much. Say hi, Daisy.
Hi there, I'm the Daisy Dad.
Thanks. Yes, it certainly was fun to see those dancing flowers on the stage at the Norman Foote concert. Yeah. Let's play another song. All right, we'll play Grandfather Clock off of Norman Foote's CD, I Love My New Shirt, and then the conclusion of the interview with Norman Foote right here on the Brent and Woofy Radio Show. It's radio for kids and families.
He tells you when it's time to go to bed, and he says, get up, you sleepyhead. He tells you when it's time to go to school. My grandfather, he's so cool. Well, you can see him standing at the end of the hall, 6 feet tall, his back to the wall. He's got a couple hands, a great big face. But this old fella, he's not going no place. And if you listen close to Grandfather Clock, you can hear him tick, you can hear him talk. Come on. The other morning at 7 o'clock, we looked down the hall, Grandfather had stopped. He looked at me as if to say, we could stay at home and play all day. So we phoned up Mr. Fix-It Man. We said, get on over here as fast as you can. Something wrong with Grandfather Clock. He hasn't said a word since 7 o'clock. The doctor said we'll have to operate. Then we heard this voice and it cried out,
hey, wait! Hey, I'm not broken. Don't you know what time of year it is? I'm just going back on daylight savings time. La 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 la. La 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 la.
Well, you could see him standing at the end of the hall, 6 feet tall, his back to the wall. He's got a couple hands and a great big face. This old fella, he's not going no place. And if you listen close to Grandfather Clock, you can hear him tick, you can hear him talk. Come on.
You are listening to the Brent and Woofy Radio Show. It's radio for kids and families.
Ah, cool. So you've been in this business for, a fair time, yes? You started when you were quite young, didn't you?
I got a guitar when I was 11, and that's when I started.
Can I interrupt for a second? Because I know for a fact that it was a handcrafted Sears catalog guitar.
Yes, it was. finely crafted guitar. I think the guitar was worth probably about $24.95. I think it might have been $19.95, and the strings were at least an inch off off the fretboard, but somehow I did learn my early lessons on that guitar.
Right on.
Yes.
And it's just been fun ever since, right?
I think that what I love the most is I love to hear people laugh.
Yes.
And I love to hear people sing. And I also love to bring people together. And I like meeting new people.
Yes.
So all those aspects of my profession are super fun. And I love to also create. And creating is, the big part in many ways. But the performing is really where it's... I've always loved that.
Yes. We're backstage at the Port Theatre speaking to Norman Foote on the Brent and Woofy radio show. So what's coming up for you, Norm? You got more songs you're writing, more concert tours?
I've been very fortunate to write a few musicals. I'm writing the musical for Richard Scarry's Busy Town. And there's 15 songs, and they've all very sort of fit into a real cool little script. And it'll be touring all over North America. I'm not in the show, but there's very talented people that sing, and it's puppetry, costumes, and mime mixed with live actors.
Cool. That's excellent. Well, it's been great speaking with you today. Nice to see you again. It's been, like I said, about 15 years, I think. Oh, no, wait, I saw you outside Jerry's house one day about when you were recording.
That's right. And, I recorded this with John Forrest, and I'm hoping to do another CD with John. And we are starting to do pre-production. We've got some songs that we know we want to do. And I'm really excited about coming back to record another CD in Nanaimo.
Excellent. Thank you very much for spending some time with us, and have a great show tonight.
Okay, Brent. Thank you.
Okay, very good. Yes, thank you, Norman, so much for that interview. And thank you so much, Norman, for that wonderful show you put on last night with all those kids singing in that choir. Yeah, it was cool, wasn't it? It sure was, Woofy. And guess what? I got to talk to some of those kids after the show. You did? Yes. I'm going to play some clips from after the Norman Foote concert from some of the kids that sang in the choir with him. Have a listen to this. Here's a young fella who was in the choir. What's your name?
Clifton.
How old are you, Clifton?
7.
And how did you have a lot of fun singing in the choir?
Yeah, I did.
What was your favorite part?
Shake a leg.
Oh, that was great. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Here's another young lady who was in the choir. What's your name?
Honor.
And how old are you?
9.
And how much practice did you have to do to get on it?
We had to do like 10 practices, I think.
Yeah, but you nailed it, didn't you?
Yeah.
That was very good. You were very good.
Thanks.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
More choir kids. What's your name?
Madeline.
And how old are you?
8.
And how long did you have to practice to nail all those songs?
I don't know, about a month and a half.
Yeah, did you have fun?
Yes.
Is that your sister?
Yes.
I'm going to go over and talk to her sister. Thank you. Hi, what's your name?
Rebecca.
And how old are you, Rebecca?
8.
And I saw you up on the stage singing. Did you have fun?
Yes.
Is that the first time you've ever done that?
Like on the stage, yes.
Well, you guys did a very good job. I had fun. I'm just going to ask you a question in this little machine here. What's your name?
Allie.
And how old are you?
8.
8. And you?
Michaela.
And how old are you?
8.
And do you guys go to the same school?
Yes.
What school will you go to?
Davis Road.
What?
Called Davis Road.
Oh, and did you have fun up there on stage?
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever done that before?
Yeah.
Cool. So you're a pro.
Kinda.
All right. Well, thanks very much. Here I found a couple of sisters that were in the choir. What's your name?
Sophia.
And what's your name?
Sierra.
And which one of you is older?
Me.
How old are you?
10.
And how old are you?
8.
And did you have a lot of fun doing that?
Yeah, it was so much fun.
Yeah? What about you?
So much. Awesome.
Okay, sing a little bit of it for me. Sing some of that Shake a Leg.
Shake a leg, shake a leg. Arms in the air now. Wiggle your hips, wobble your knees. Nobody's gonna care now. Snap your fingers, clap your hands. Every boy, girl, woman, and man. 'Cause it's a brand new dance. And it's called Shake a Leg, Shake a Leg, Shake a Leg.
All right, thank you.
So what do we do? You are listening to the Brent and Woofy radio show.
It is the Brent and Woofy Radio Show, and we did an interview with Norman Foote on today's show, and we just listened to clips from kids that were in the choir and at the show, and it was so much fun. They were so excited when they came out of there. Oh, that's so cool. I like that so much. Yeah, you know how much I like the sound of kids singing. Yeah, I know. Me too. And then, Woofy, I bumped into the teachers that taught the kids the songs to sing with Norm. Oh, yeah, what did they have to say? Here it is. So now I found the choir directors who directed the choir for the Norman Foote concert. What's your name?
Jane Saunders.
And what school?
École Davis Road School.
And?
Leslie Krogan. École Davis Road School.
All right. And how long did it take to get the kids to learn all the songs?
Probably a couple of months. They rehearsed at lunchtime. They gave up their lunch hours and came and practiced with us. So I guess 2 months.
Yeah.
They had it down.
Yeah, they did really well. Yeah.
Yeah. So did you have fun teaching them?
Yes, always. They're a wonderful group of students.
All right. Well, thank you very much. And I must say you did a very good job because it was very enjoyable from where I was sitting.
Oh, good. I'm glad. Well, Mr. Foote is an excellent entertainer. Always keeps the kids on their toes.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Bear came over the mountain to see what he could see. He wanted to take a look around, so he climbed the tallest tree. There across the river, what did he see? The horns and the lights and the concrete trees. That's no place for me. He sang, oh no, that's no place for me. Oh no, that's no place for me. So the bear looked over yonder, and oh, what did he see? Saw the long black highway winding through the valley. Then he saw this creature with 2 big shining eyes. He tried so hard to look away, but it seemed to hypnotize. He sang, oh no, that's no place for me. Oh no, that's no place for me. The bear looked down below him, 'cause he heard the strangest noise. He saw some men with their loud machines saying, knock 'em down, boys. The bear, he jumped right down, and all the men did run. He went back over the mountain, back where he is from, back where he belongs. He sang, oh no, that's no place for me. Oh, 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 that's no place for me. Oh, that's a place for me. 'Cause the bear came over the mountain to see what he could see.
You are listening to the Brent and Woofy Radio Show.
That was The Bear and the Mountain from Norman Foote off his 2010 Juno Award winning CD, Love My New Shirt. I like that song. And if you guys want to find out more about Norman Foote, visit his website. It's normanfoote.com. It's Norman Foote, F-O-T-T-E. So you put Norman in front of F-O-T-T-E, or you just Google Norman Foote and it'll come up, and all the information's there and all the stuff he's doing and how to get his CDs and all kind of cool stuff like that right there. But you know what, Woofy? What? We've run out of time here on the Brent and Woofy Radio Show. Thanks to Norman Foote for spending some time with us. And now, my friend Woofy, it's time to say goodbye. Say goodbye, Woofy. Okay. Goodbye, Woofy. See you next time. That's the end of the show, but now we've got to go. Say bye, bye, bye. We sure had some fun, but now we've got to run. Say bye, bye, bye. We're Brent and Woofy of the radio show. We sure had fun, but we've got to go. Say bye, 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 bye.
The Brent and Woofy Radio Show was written, directed, produced, and recorded by Brent Lindsay Beeler. Brent and Woofy performed by Brent Lindsay Beeler. The Brent and Woofy Radio Show theme song provided by Brent and Woofy from the CD Under a Star, entitled It Is What It Is. For more information, visit www.bbshows.ca or Google Brent and Woofy. This is Scott McLeod, and this has been a production of Brent Beeler Shows, copyright 2011.